Hello, my name is Viktor Kuchili and Stepping Out. It's quite another exciting moment to be with you, and we'll be looking at a very exciting topic for me, and that's your ability to manage your anger. How many times have you decided to do things and come back to regret them? Someone had told me that the little difference between anger and danger is just putting the D before the word anger, and then just releases us to all sorts of mistakes that we come to regret. I've seen people lose valuable relationships just because they've not been able to manage their anger. Some other people have allowed emotions to be the driving force in their decision making, and guess what? They have had to look at that, and sometimes that redefines every single thing about them. Now, this reminds me of a story of a man who had been working so hard to earn so much money to buy a new car, and he was able to get his Mercedes. It was a gold-plated car, such an exciting car for him. Then he got home, and out of excitement, just parked the car, went in before he could call his wife. He came back and saw his son writing on the car. Okay, now you can imagine the kind of anger that was building up. This was something he had worked so hard to earn, something he had worked so hard to buy, and he got just the gold-plated car that he always wanted. But guess what? He found his son writing on it. And out of anger, he came in, held the son's fingers, scratched them right out the floor until they were bleeding. And then he just realized there was something wrong he was doing. So he rushed the son to the hospital. This whole thing took them more than 4 or 5 hours of operation, and their fingers had to be cut off. So he went in to see his son, and the son looked at him and said, "Daddy, I'm so sorry for what I did. I was only trying to play back what was taught in school. It was just an arithmetic, so I was putting up 1 plus 1 to see whether it was going to give me a 2. So it was an honestly wrong thing, you might just want to say." But the boy asked the father a very fundamental question. He looked at his hands and looked at the father and said, "When will my hands grow? When will my fingers grow again?" Now that was the turning point for the father. Unfortunately, again, he didn't handle it well. Out of regret, out of the regrets of everything he had done, he just went over, hung himself and died. How many times have we really lost what we thought we cherished because of a moment of anger? How many of us just realize that we cannot reverse anything at all once we act? So it's important to ask yourself, what is most valuable? And these things don't happen in one day. They happen if we keep reminding ourselves what are the most important things in life. He couldn't get his son's fingers back, but again, he also took the wrong decision by killing himself. Now, I'm not excusing the father for doing what he did, but I also think that there's an opportunity to reverse yourself back and ask for forgiveness and ask for things that could be done right. But the most important thing for me and you today is just know that once you act, it's not in your place to determine the reaction. But anger will only take you to the wrong decisions. And we have been taught that never take critical decisions when you're angry. You always land on the wrong path. My name is Viktor Kuchili, and I hope to see you next time.